Hello, friends. Welcome to my place. My name is Dave. Really good to have you here. This is from the House of Parfum Vintage. This is Pineapple Vintage Intense. I review one, two, three, four, and two or three of them, and all these are inspirations of creative vintage, which I do not own the bottle. But every time I mention this every single time, but every time I go to the mall, I will smell Creative Ventus, and it's pretty good. I mean, I like the scent profile for sure. It's very, very welcoming, very enjoyable. But to be honest, I was not that impressed by it either because I have very high expectation of it. In the beginning of this fragrance hobby, we always hear about Creative Ventus, so I finally was able to smell it in the store, and the price is pretty high. So, I mean, the honest truth is, I was not able to justify to myself paying that price for that short of a longevity. And then after I tried with the Armaf, the clone from Armaf Club Nuit Intense, that one is pretty good. And then I got into this house, Parfum Vintage, and this is even better. It is more expensive than the Armaf, but then for me personally, okay, I mean, you could judge this for yourself, but I think the pricing is justified. I picked this up for around $95 for this 50 mil. Okay, and same price for all the other bottles. You could get it on sale sometimes, but that's what I pay for this 50 mil. I have four different bottles of Creative Ventus inspired. There's like the X Badge, the Emperor, this one, and also there's the Vanilla Intense, which all smell very much like Creative Ventus. But this one is more focusing on the pineapple itself. They're not kidding when they say it's the Pineapple Vintage Intense. So what I get most from here, of all the notes that's in Creed or in here, it's the pineapple. This is the more, probably of the few bottles that I have, the more realistic, pineapple realistic, a little bit juicy of this. So whenever I feel I want that juiciness from the pineapple, this is the one I'll spray. All right. And yeah, for those of you that knows about Creed, you have different batches, variations, right? And this one is more for sure is the pineapple dominant. You're also gonna get the birch, the ambergris, and the other notes. Okay, so the pineapple intense is really, really good. Now, sometimes if I prefer the smokier batch or the other, I'll go for those. But this is the one with the pineapple. Now, as far as for those of you that are not familiar with Creed Ventus or you haven't smelled it before, it's amazing. The scent itself, to me, I really, really enjoy it. And some might have been kidding around saying that guys enjoy it more than girls. Who knows, right? I wonder if there's anybody that would be able to tally and then come out with a survey. But anyway, guys tend to love the Creed, the DNA. So with that said, if you are not familiar with the Creed Aventus DNA, this one you're also gonna get like bunch of notes. You're gonna get the fruity, pineapple, apple, bergamot. You're also gonna get some floral from the jasmine, rose. You're also gonna get birch, ambergris, patchouli, vanilla, and all this other stuff. But mainly you're gonna get that little bit of a musky type of pineapple with ambergris, some apple, okay, some birch, but mainly I'm getting that. Yeah, the juicy pineapple, but in the beginning, maybe 5-10 minutes, that's when it's the strongest. After it settles down, the sweetness of the pineapple remains, and then you're gonna have the other notes that comes in. So I'm smelling it now, and it's really beautiful bergamot with ambergris, some birch and musk and apple. Yeah, it's back here. So it's a very nice, easy scent, and also the trailer. So basically, it's after you walk past and people come to that area, they be able to smell it. And let's say if you leave an elevator after you were in there, people get in the elevator to be able to pick that up, and they will think it smells really good. So I have a personal opinion, not personal opinion, personal experience where I walk behind somebody and they have the Creed DNA, and it smells amazing. But then I don't know what they wore. I was not able to, find out who that person was and ask him, so what are you wearing, Creed Aventus or one of the clones? But it is a very well proven, likable, very pleasant DNA. And this is one of them that focus on the pineapple with good ingredients. There's nothing harsh about this, like the Armaf Club Nui, the intense version, the black square bottle. I have that one. I have like a couple versions of that because I really enjoy that DNA. But I have to say this is more well put together than the Armaf version. Once you get into the fragrance and the more you smell it, you'll be able to pick that up. You'll be able to tell, okay, which one smells more expensive, even though it's not 100% of the time be able to pick that up. But sometimes it's a little bit obvious, and sometimes you can still tell even though they're very close. So with that said, this is I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm just telling my real opinion. Okay, I have, like I said, 4 bottles of the Creed Aventus inspired fragrances from this house, and I can tell I bought 4 of them just for the same inspiration. So for me, it's worth it. That's what I'm saying. But then, I have to, to be honest, I have to step away a little bit. Is that because when you smell the same things, the same DNA so often, that you might get bored of it, and it happens no matter what fragrance I own. So to now, I have not found my one holy grail fragrance that could be my signature scent. I always say I have a lot of fragrance, but not a signature scent, because I guess I'm a player for fragrance, right? I cannot just have one that I stick to for the whole life. So don't even bother to ask me what is your number 1 favorite. I just don't. So with that said, I'll step away and then I'll miss it. I'll miss this DNA, the Creed Aventus DNA. Now the pricing, like I say, is 95 for when its retail price is about 95 for 50 ml. It's a lot cheaper than the Creed Aventus. And what I did was, I'll go to the store, I'll spray it, and I'll come back and I'll smell it the whole time, and I'll put this on and be able to do side by side. Or sometimes I'll spray this on and then go to the store just to do a comparison. And I just cannot justify paying for the Creed price. Seriously, I mean, it sucks. If you did come out with the original, which I never smelled the original batch, so I apologize not able to do a comparison for that, but this is really good. Longevity is pretty good. I'm getting at least 6 to 7 hours at least. If you see my video, most fragrances I'm only getting like half a day, meaning like 4 or 5 hours, but this one lasts longer than that. I'm picking up at least a few more extra hours. So that was pretty apparent, very obvious on my skin. And then wearing on my shirt, it could last another couple hours longer. So the longevity is not an issue. As far as who can wear this, anybody. I mean, this is one of those super easy scent profile that any age can wear. So you're talking about what? Anybody. Just there's no age limit. And do you know what? I haven't even thought about would ladies work well on this. So that's a different topic I have to maybe figure out. But there's nothing offensive about this. It's absolutely not offensive. Even if they don't compliment you, they will not dislike it. Even in their mind, they will not think, what are you wearing? No, none of that. This is a super easy, Creed hit the jackpot when they came up with this DNA, and everybody was copying them like crazy. So I got tired of it, but I missed it. I'll come back and still wear this. So you can see a lot of juice because I have like 4 different versions of this, plus all my other of Creed Aventus DNA. So if you wanted one of the better inspired fragrance for Creed, this is one of them. I was just thinking about, I do have Nishane Hashivat. That to me is more of a different beast. That one is more creamier than that. So don't compare this with that one. That is a creamier Aventus. That's the easiest way to summarize. So that's a different beast, and that cost about the same price. You're talking about, that's about the same price, just a bit more for 50 ml, but it's around that area. So that one is awesome. But coming back to this, I'm just trying to see if it's, what is the price value worth for this one. So that's the only one that I think is a little bit better than this. I would say just because the way it is a little bit more creamier, and then that took me by surprise. with the Creed Aventus DNA. I'm talking about Nishane Hajvat. So that one took me by surprise and it's still one of my favorite. And because I only have one bottle of that versus I have so many of this, so I guess in my mind that one is more, I place it higher than this. But coming back to this, it's you could tell once you spray it, you know the quality is good, especially if you compare it to all the other Aventus clones. Okay, so I appreciate this house. And the bottle itself, you judge it for yourself if you like it or not. The sprayer is good, but once in a while it'll leak. I mean, I'll spray and you kind of drip down, so that's what happened. But not every bottle, just some bottle once in a while. And even smelling it from the atomizer is great. Right now it's the it's warm weather and it's working so much better. I did not really use this in the winters, the Creed DNA, but now the weather is warming up. I'm gonna be wearing this a lot since I have so many of them. I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of this. So with that said, I hope this helpful. As always, thumbs up, subscribe, all those good things. Thank you and see you next time.